Yo, everybody, what's going on? We are here for quite a treat tonight. The Zonebreakers are back for an online event, but it's not ZBOE. It is the inauguration of a new series, Zonebreakers Fight Night. And with Zonebreakers Fight Night, we are going to bring you 4 exhibitions for the newly and recently released Dungeon and Fighter Duel. I'm Dogie Sandwich, joined by Coach. We are back on the mics again, and we're going to walk you through the action tonight. Coach, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. See a lot of names in this exhibition that I recognize. So interested to see how all these different individuals approach this relatively pretty much brand new game. Everyone's opinions are shifting. There's a lot of energy surrounding the game, so I'm pretty excited to see this.
A lot of energy is a good way to put it. Some positive energy, some negative energy, but it's energy nonetheless. And I point out the negative energy because there's a lot of people who try to cite the game as wild, as volatile, as crazy, but it goes into the structure of the game that hopefully we'll see tonight. The fact that the game doesn't really fit into many of the norms that you would expect. Like, yes, it is indeed a 2D fighting game. If you want to call it an anime fighter, I guess you could call it that and all. But it's one where the characters have a lot of individuality compared to the others. System is fairly unique as well. If you want to be specific, you can pinpoint some ideas from this niche game, that game you probably haven't heard of, but it all meshes together for a really fresh experience to behold. With that being said, I think we have our first exhibition ready and waiting for us. We're going to have all the way from the West Coast, somebody we actually imported over to the West Coast, Zombmu. Zombmu, known in recent times for being one of the strongest Grand Blue Fantasy Versus players in the nation, been getting recognition all across the globe, or I say all across the globe, more specifically in Japan, as he has been invited to a few podcasts to talk about the game, his playing in the game, his opinion of the game, so on and so forth. And he's been delving into Dungeon Fighters Online, been streaming it a good bit with his Dragon Knight, if I remember correctly. So it's going to be nice to see how he goes. It's going to be squared. Go ahead.
I say we're gonna have up against no, it's all good. We're gonna have up against Terrence, another Georgia player, but still sitting in here in home turf. Listed here as Swiftmaster. But Terrence has a long storied history to playing Street Fighter 5, very renowned, strong tournament player. Stuck to his guns with Chun-Li. Generally dabbles his hands in several fighting games. What most people will call the quote-unquote solid guy. He's got his fundamentals down. He knows how to play at an advanced level in Street Fighter, and you can see those patterns carry over in when the other games he plays.
Now, speaking of which, the thing that really piques my interest at this point, as I try to bring the chat up, is seeing him play Swiftmaster, like you say. Like, if I were to look at the cast, or when I looked at the cast and I heard that Terrence was going to be in this exhibition, I was trying to figure out what character he was going to play, because he doesn't stream or anything. And Swiftmaster was literally like the second lowest character, second to Enchantress. So I'm really curious to see if he's got the execution up to snuff.
We're going to see. So it looks like both players are going with the list of characters.
Keep in mind, this is a 1st to 10. This is not character lock, by the way, so if anybody has anything in the pocket, you might have a couple of tricks a little later on down the road. Zombie, first one getting the hit after using a great deal of MP, but anything to get control of the match and keep Terrence contained in the corner, starting to add on the white life.
And that block screen to wait out the exhaustion, goes right back on the offensive.
Zombie hasn't really stopped catching Terrence, trying to up back for tier life, and Terrence hasn't really had anything. I think the only hit he's had so far is a 2M. Got his guard broken. That's going to be the first round.
And probably is gonna have to adjust a little bit to that mobility and pressure from Dragon Knight there. Using the dragon, she can kind of pin you down and kind of follow up with her normals, and she's kind of elusive.
Terrence is able to crack his way in, find a big 5B to start us off. Not the biggest oh, pretty sure we weren't looking for a DP right there.
You know, the biggest conversion.
Yeah. Big one from Zombie, making sure to tag some MP skills at the end to get rid of the white light, make everything stick. Still relentless. Ooh, that was kind of scary as Terrence is able to step out of the corner, but can't really get anything started.
Oh, Zach had a little cheeky shine change there, but Zombie still gets the hit nonetheless.
Yeah, because even with the call on the roll like that, all Terrence did was literally slap Zombie on the wrist, which is all the calls to step on the gas. Zombie waits, gets a counter hit, and gets the first game.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a stark difference, at least in this first game, where Zombie has the consistent conversions already, the pressure on deck, and I think Terrence is still trying to figure out what do I put on the screen versus this character. And you start to see a little bit of a gap form.
A little bit. It's looking like a huge one. Again, like the only thing that Terrence was able to do in those first 2 rounds was hit two 2Ms, hit a 5M, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Didn't get any of the vortexes that he's trying to throw out there, and took a lot of damage, case in point.
We are again using that dragon as cover. Catches Terrence trying to jump again. I think Terrence has like a bit of a like a built-in reaction to try to jump away, and that's a lot of where this damage is coming from.
Right. Not like he can block in the air in this game, and but the way it's going, it's not like Terrence really has much success blocking on the ground. Zombie giving us our first perfect tonight, first round in the second game, and doesn't look like he's gonna stop anytime soon.
Just kind of there polluting the screen. Terrence checking with a roll, trying to put some pressure on it. Terrence hasn't been huge on the MP skills, but now we're seeing him kind of come out as he's getting some actual offense. But
okay. Finds another hit as well. Doesn't get a full confirm from it. So kind of hard because, like you said, nothing to really work with. Zombie, on the other hand, who's been weathering the storm, gets a nice conversion, well over half life on one of the lowest health characters in the game. He might actually be the lowest health, I don't know, but it doesn't matter where the health is. It doesn't exist right now. Good block from the double overhead, but still Terrence stuck in a tight spot trying to find any hit out of the corner. And got caught with a trap, a little too eager to press buttons, staggered up in Zombie too quick.
And Terrence has, doesn't seem to have the belief that dragon's gonna check after Zombie throws it out.
Oh man, you gonna learn today, boy. You gonna learn today. Here we go into the third.
All right, gonna go ahead and store up that skill there.
Okay, Terrence with an immediate reaction to the projectile this time, rolling through it, so a little bit of adaptation.
Those in that kind of vortex orb there, and Zombie immediately recognizes it as not tight pressure, it swings back.
Yeah, a little bit of a bobble there on the pressure. Don't know if that was supposed to be like a delayed overhead or going to the low there, but still, Zombie looking okay. Again, not getting tagged too hard for it. Gets another stagger hit on Terrence.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Terrence is starting to see some of this because you're starting to see some hits, but that old term hit quality is starting to come into play because Terrence's hits definitely do not have the same impact as Zombies.
And it's been a while since we heard hit quality around here. Yo, the zone. Literally packed into a box. Finally gets a hit though, a punish, but again, not a full confirm. And in a situation like that, that's a pretty prime time to even break out one of the trial combos at that point. 200 meters, getting a hit near the corner, that's an opportunity that slipped away from Terrence.
Pick your Twitter clip. They all got awakening 200 meters.
Exactly. that's the high fight spot. Oh no.
Terrence got some good hits, but again, the conversions are still pretty weak. So Zombie is kind of, I think, kind of caught on to that, and is pressing the aggression because it's like if I get hit, it won't matter as much as mine.
This time diving in and getting in position to get the overhead to start things off. So the conversion to make sure to take all the white life. Top of it, front side. As Terrence was trying to dash out of the corner, but not exactly sure where Zombie was going to be. Drop on the end, but picked up the spare in Zombie. 6 straight rounds, 3 straight games.
Yeah, I like how Zombie gave Terrence just enough room to hang himself, and he ran out of the corner with it. He probably just saw like Terrence probably just really wants out, just like I'm gonna give you just enough room. Think that's gonna happen.
The way that this game is, there's one thing that's really standing out to me, which is really notable thing of this game. For all the stuff that happens, I bet it's kind of peculiar for people that there's no super jump in this game. So like, no super jump and no air block. So when a lot of the oppression is coming in, you really have to find your way around it, which Zombie is doing well to keep Terrence walled over to the right side again.
Like a lot of things kind of got me curious. Like as I'm watching this, is like stuff like does the Whip Masters, you know, wind orbs. Do they let him play around some of the stuff that Dragon Knight is doing and stuff like that? Stuff that Terrence is not really presenting. Like even here with 200 bar, you're not seeing him like use his MP skills, even just for utility.
He's actually showing his strongest character trait, constantly leaning on the middle button. He literally crashed into Zombie with about 2 or 3 5Ms over on the left side to no avail, as Zombie just held down back, casually waited for Terrence to tire himself out, and then walked him over to his house on the right side.
So a little counter hit go up there. So we're going into that safe jump, but I guess it was not timed correctly. So Terrence gets an opportunity to get out of the corner, press the issue.
Zombie again, finding another button, another big counter hit. Drop up there, but again, no harm, no foul. Able to stay on top of Terrence, who's still struggling to find a way out of the corner. Zombie wedges them back in there again, but oh, wait a second, here was a chance. Not much of one, though. Gets out of the corner, so.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Oh.
I think Terrence had something in mind, at least for that one, unlike before.
Right.
I think it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it was just a execution error right there. A little too early with the 5H. I believe that's 5H. The big blast. That I'm kind of surprised it missed at that spot because it's a pretty huge box. But either way, Zombie will gladly take any and every error that Terrence is willing to serve up. 4 games now. What if we get a sweep?
It could be possible. All right, using that vortex to pull in Zombie. Do some pressure bullying. Zombie not biting. Goes in and just takes that card gauge, and now we back in control.
And much to Terrence's dismay, doing the dash from the orb is a mid, not an overhead, so. Zombie later on finding a second punish. I'm imagining this is going to be more than enough. Still has some more MP to work with. And again, is going to fell Terrence 9 rounds straight here.
I really like the way Zombie is just like using those combos. The combos that he's using, like the way he cycle through so that the mana can regenerate is pretty impressive. And it's getting him a lot of value, especially versus, like you said, this low health character.
It's also one of the benefits of, or really the benefit of actually doing your inputs. Because that's something that some people talked about in the offline event that Zonebreakers had, is wondering if people realize the value of doing the full inputs as opposed to the easy motions, and the value being that your MP starts to refill faster.
Alright, Terrence got himself a nice hit. Not much for it, but still we're doing much better than before.
Right. I think the other thing, I kind of blinked when it happened, is I think when Terrence is looking for these confirms, before he sets the orb, he's not doing 2B. which is the sweep, which is why Zombie's winding up teching in the air. I could be horribly wrong about that, because again, I wasn't like keenly looking on that, but seeing Zombie flop out in the air a couple times, I want to say that's the thing that leads to it. I mean, no matter what you want to say about this game, a sweep is a sweep. And if you start delving into the crazy stuff that happens, you realize that a lot of the later ends of combos, or really any part of the combo, kind of hinges on a sweep just to make sure that they would eventually hit the ground.
Press confirm from this ring.
And making sure not to mess himself up with his own dragon, so. That's one of the things I wish I would have looked up or put on my mind before we started the name of the dragon.
I think it's Astra.
Sounds about right. It's something with an A. Right now, it's the boss. It is the can opener.
There's his demon right now.
Yeah. Oh no. You know what? You know what the trouble is. You know what the problem is, right?
The
Terrence is sitting at home. Okay, so he don't have the power on. This is something we didn't get to. I guarantee you, Terrence is just sitting around in a t-shirt, lounging around. If he had the striped polo on. Yeah, if he had that striped polo on.
saving that energy for when it's needed.
Possibly.
Alright, Zombie struck a little bit, but again, not too deterred. Manages to find a good turn to start the pressure. Ooh, nice roll.
Another big confirm. There was a reset in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I was just looking at the health and thinking about where the MP was gonna go, and then I saw like the white flash before Terrence's life ended. No, geez, not like this. Why are we standing up again? Just lay down. 6 big ones for Zombie. The train keeps on rolling.
Yeah, I think at this point Terrence is just kind of at a loss. Like he's finding like those small windows to swing into pressure, but Zombie's like, you know, combos, pressure, actual, you know, post combo setups, so they're all fairly tight and in muscle memory, and so you can't really fool them at this point. You gotta just beat it.
You can just say it like it is. He's simply better. He's simply better.
Yeah.
There was a good block. Keep going.
Much thoughts. It was just, but reiterate what you said.
How they say, I guess how I say, Zombie out there cooking right now.
Yeah, like the big thing is like, again, like, besides the hit quality, you can just kind of tell that Zombie has like a pretty, like I say, a much higher knowledge of the actual game mechanics and itself. And you can tell that he even has like some degree of familiarity with Swiftmaster, because you're seeing like a lot of well-placed rolls. And when like Terrence ends the pressure in the window up to try to pull him in, and Zombie swings, knows it's not real. So like at this point, you just have to know, and I don't think that's something that Terrence can just get right now. It's too much.
Indeed, looking like too much. As I kind of feel like that's the first throw that we've seen in this entire set. I could be wrong, but it's still one that shows the knowledge and awareness of where Terrence is going to be. 7 straight for Zombie, well on the way to get a clean sweep. Can Terrence get on the board? Can he get around? I just want around here.
Well, we started out with a good hit, but yeah, without much damage behind it, it's not gonna mean much, especially when you getting hit means 50% plus the corner.
And this coming from a well-placed air dash over some buttons for Zombie to get things started. Wearing down on the gate at this point, but eventually finds the low with 41 MP left. Think it's possible? It is.
So I pointed out earlier that Terrence is not using MP skills, but the other thing he's not using his MP for is guard cancel, because he's blocking like 10-second long strings with 200 meter.
One of those people, yeah. This is
like,
this is something we might have to think about though. Do you know how long Swiftmaster's guard cancel is? Like terrain?
I do not. But at some point, you gotta at least try it.
Right. First, he's got to get on his feet again. There he is. A little bit of room to work with. The Zombie was looking for a roll around the vortex. It's been like good with those, like you said, not perfect, but still able to stick on top of Terrence enough. Who's constantly looking for the dash blocks. Wait a second. A little kind of scary.
Looks like Terrence is keyed in on something there. Unfortunately, a counter hit seals the deal.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Is like they were both dash blocking at each other, but like Zombie was showing signs of trying to work around what Terrence was presenting, and Terrence, who was a little too eager to put some traffic in the Zombie's face, wasn't ready for the jump, wasn't ready to find himself in a well 8 games deep. Kind of rough out. Okay.
Showing some adaptation there from Terrence, and you can just clearly tell like Terrence's ideas are evolving. He's seeing what Zombie's doing. He just can't really put any weight behind it, unfortunately.
He hasn't hit the gym. He ain't got the weight. He ain't got the muscles yet. This would be a prime time that you're talking about to at least try a guard cancel. Had to wait a little bit for the MP to hit 100, but even when it didn't cross his mind. So this is well over half it, bro. Is he done?
It's from a guard break, right?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it's from a guard break. You know,
Yeah.
you sit on 300 meter and you got guard broken. So you definitely got to sit down and review some of the elements of the game to help you out.
What you talking about? This is where everybody wants to make the game-winning block, right?
Zombie's game-winning block.
Fair. Now here comes the onslaught, fighting out of the corner, not happy getting tossed to Zombie. He's able to just very carelessly push Terrence to the corner, break the guard again. Doesn't get a conversion from it though. But again, without much resistance, there's not much of a reason for Zombie to let off the gas.
Tried to roll through the fireball, but Zombie still had flight. So you have to kind of wait for her to use that flight if you want to like contest that fireball in a more reasonable way.
Got the distance from the sweep, but still, Terrence is trying to fight back a little bit. Tried to fight back a little too much, got clipped from the jump in, and oh, chance. With a back throw too. Let's go, Terrence.
Keeping on some pressure. Ooh, nice counter hit.
We need a real hit though. This is with yo, this is it. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
We had to see the DP from Zombie at all. Like in the context of actually using it as a reversal anyway.
Right. But a DP in the time of need, making sure they keep the record clean and pristine. Zombie looking to get the first sweep here in Zonebreakers Fight Night. Okay.
Nice hover. Zombie got some adjustments of his own.
Let the wings fly.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of a miscue from Zombie gave Terrence a little bit of room, but not enough to really get anything done as Terrence is getting slammed to the wall time and time again. Is there a wall slam limit in this game? I guess I'm learning that there isn't. The things you don't think about till you see them in motion.
Right. All right, got a nice jump in punish, and we're already back to where we were in the last round.
And not exactly the pole vault world record, but good enough to start things off. Third of Swiftmaster's life gone, repeating what we just saw in the beginning again. This is going to be the intent.
Yep, so 10 straight, ending it on a perfect, nonetheless. So really good stuff from Zombie. Showed a massive gap in skill and knowledge there that Terrence gonna have to do a little work if he wants to catch up with that.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here, but I think it's going to take a little more than a little bit of work. Like, again, the thing that you kept going on and on about, one of the things that'll really help Terrence is just simply the hit quality. Because, like we pointed out, there were times that there were little flashes of life, but I don't think Terrence was able to convert a single combo throughout the set. Zombie, on the other hand, anytime he dropped his, it was actually one of those convenient situations where he was still in control. So just a complete different range of skills between the two.
So you saw a lot of stuff like Terrence was not really using his MP almost at all. Like not for guard cancels, not for pressure. Like you'd see it in some of his conversions, or if he wanted to try to do some pressure enders. But for the most part, you never really saw it just in general. So most of the things that Swiftmaster has that are threatening, like surrounding himself with the tornado orbs, to kind of tank projectiles so he can move around, stuff like that. Zombie didn't even have to consider any of it.
Well, we can keep going on as much as we want, but we have another match coming up soon. And unless I'm mistaken, I mean, we didn't really talk about this, but we had the notes of this earlier. Believe we are going to take a quick break before we jump into the next one. So don't go too far. We'll be back soon. All right, y'all. Hope you didn't go too far because I told you there's going to be a quick break as we are back with our second match for Zonebreakers Fight Night. And this time, we have two more new faces to the Zonebreakers online realm. First and foremost is not somebody new to Zonebreakers at all, actually one of their well-decorated offline players, and that is GuyFighter. GuyFighter is an ultimate player, one who, again, frequents a lot of the offline events and can usually be found on the podium, if not winning the whole event. Now, GuyFighter also pulled up to Breakfest that happened last Saturday, made it pretty far into the bracket with his Kunoichi. Side note, I actually don't remember exactly what place it was, but enough to make it on stream. So somebody who will hope to be a really strong contender for his opponent tonight.
So the opponent gonna be GGC Grief, a very long time Georgia offline player in various games. GGC been around for a real long time. Indeed. So it looks like they're gonna be rocking the Crusader. So we're gonna have the big slow man of God versus the only character with a double jump.
He gonna need that double jump. Might get blessed. What you know? I think they say it's +5. What you know about plus wall, dog?
Yeah, he's Kunoichi has the mobility to play around him that some other characters don't, because he has like the large wings and he can put up the wall, but you know, having a double jump definitely mitigates that. But I think the big thing is he's a big chunky man, and so it's hard to put some damage on him. But he can hurt you.
Hard to put damage on him for so many reasons, but looking like GuyFighter getting a good start rolling around. I think that was a 5-seeded startup. Gets a quick mix up with the overhead and already has half-life off Grief with 2 exchanges, but a back throw.
So we already back in the corner. Oh, catches the teleport. And there's the wall.
Helping with the conversion with the big 2H starter. Taking half life, but
you tried to armor up a little prematurely.
Not exactly sure if that was the best setup. That was a good one though. Catching a whiff, bringing the hammer down. Grief.
People really don't talk about Crusaders. That his long normals allow him to kind of convert like that, and so you have to be wary of how he swings, and not just, you know, the meme of the wall.
Like that. Then ran into a crouch strong, as I like to call it. 2A, 2L. Pick your favorite notation.
Try for a raw roll, but it's not working out. There's that DP.
Both of them fail. Ooh, yo, my man's trying to cover the top rope with that.
There he goes again.
GGC Grief. Jeez.
GuyFighter had a lot of good ideas, but eventually he just ran into the hammer.
Yeah, it's especially with the way the first round started, it was looking like GuyFighter was really going to be able to hang with Grief, and for all intents and purposes, he was really able to do so. It's just the problem was the difference of damage. GuyFighter found a couple of good conversions to start mix-ups, but Grief, on the other hand, found a couple of good conversions, kind of like so, that leads into damage. Getting a tick throw from the 5B, catching the roll with another throw, kind of leaving GuyFighter with not too many places to go. Eventually, he's going to come back in, found in the corner, pinned with 2A. And that is everything we have to say today. Amen.
All right, tries to back up, and yeah, GuyFighter is quickly realizing that any haphazard approach is going to be met with severe penalties.
Right. And that's got, looking for the DP, and Grief was ready for it, had a good read, rolled through, didn't confirm with the A's, but gets the wall to get a perfect. And something that I think is going to be really obnoxious for GuyFighter in this is there's like the first knockdown in that round, I believe, and GuyFighter was taking away from it. I mean, if you want to ask me, technically speaking, there's nothing but hard knockdowns in this game because you can't change your tech. But like he was rolling away, and there was a meaty 5C. So like even on knockdown, it's hard to get away from the grasp of Crusader. Look at it.
Yeah, GuyFighter keeps trying to retreat and got a wall right behind him. Ah, there's the DP.
Right.
Forward.
Big 5C, 5H. Another big conversion. GGC Grief.
It's looking like the Grief show right now. I don't know what GuyFighter was trying to bait, but that was a very funny throw.
Possibly that right there, because one thing that is looking very consistent between the two is the fact that Grief is making really good use of the long range normals, 5B to 5H, and is forcing GuyFighter to try to take the RPS rolling around it. And that's what we saw in the beginning. Saw immediately afterward, GuyFighter was looking a little smarter, except for the armor here at this point. But yeah, it's just trying to make his way in around the range. I like the idea of switching to the kunai, but there's just way too many lights. You said the GGC Grief show. My man's over here running a rave for him.
Definitely got GuyFighter dancing to the beat.
The beat of the hammer dropping.
All right, oh, big opportunity in the whip, and got the punish, but unfortunately no follow-up, which ends up with GuyFighter getting DP'd into the quarter.
All right.
And that's definitely the kind of thing GuyFighter wants to look for. It's like getting that big hammer to whip and then using Kunoichi's speed to kind of come in behind it and getting your pound of flesh like we're kind of seeing now.
Alright. Like a good round for GuyFighter. What's happening after the fact? They're going to reset in the air, but it's a reset that didn't really pan out in his favor. A roll. Couldn't really put anything on Grief on the way in. Having the block a little too much, a little too eager to try to get the party started. In a tight spot, and I don't know exactly what that was. It was not a DP. As Grief casually throwing a 5A out there, and after Rocky started that round, able to bring it back and take it.
Gets the teleport. All right, DP works out that time. All right, gets caught by the fire seal.
Solid conversion. Making sure to put Grief on the ground this time as GuyFighter catches the shurikens, but nothing too big. Here comes Grief with a counter hit 2A.
All right, probably the biggest opportunity GuyFighter's had yet. Say the round is looking better. Oh, this runs up into the DP. Things are actually working out. And GuyFighter takes the first round.
Okay. We got a real match. Got a real match, and there was a little insurance policy with the seal on Grief as well if he wasn't able to find a hit at that point. But getting in round 2, Grief is finding quite a few hits. Already got half-life jumping as well, doesn't get the conversion from it. So GuyFighter, who's probably churning on the DP to get out of there.
Just when you thought it was safe to move.
Pretend you can just be squiggly whenever you wanted to. Yo, wait a second. Kunoichi, Goku. Big conversion.
Uh-oh.
Went to the Awakening Super, didn't have the setup for it. The fish flopped out of the pan, slapped Kunoichi in the face, knocked her to the deck. Grief with the 4th game.
Definitely seeing a lot more resistance. Well, we've been seeing resistance from GuyFighter, but we're seeing like a lot of the meaningful punishes that confirms that are making it more likely for GuyFighter to win.
Yes, I feel like it's read. Like I'm agreeing with you, and I'm kind of spinning what you're saying in a different light. But I feel like it's a lot of the reads, because like the one we saw in the beginning is GuyFighter trying to take the roll around 5B or 5H. We see a lot of looks for DPs, right? And it's just time and time again. Case in point, Grief is willing to read with GuyFighter, but doesn't have to take as big of a risk and is getting the meaningful reward.
Definitely see that. Yeah, you know, GuyFighter has been leaning very heavily on that DP. It's been like kind of one of the hopes of the match, so to speak.
A relentless assault. And a tech. Through all of that, Grief finds the tech, but still under fire, quite literally. Get off him. Calls down the light to try to get away, but GuyFighter trying to get this round, teleporting in. Annier would have been nice there, but wasn't really looking for it. A little too greedy with the roll, and Grief did not want both of the hits of the 2H right there, so it gives GuyFighter a little bit of room. Not enough, though. Big spear from the top to keep this going. Isn't enough. Has the timing for the, do you call it? I guess you would call it super thing. For the awakening. And let there be light.
Yep, that DP got blocked, and that was the end. It's God's plan.
Blessed. Blessed. See, for all the things that people want to mod in the game, that's the one thing I wanted to put at the blessed from Omen of Sorrow.
That game.
Yup. Nope.
All right. So Grief doing some rare backing off, throwing out the orb to kind of let it do the work, and we got a big fish on the line.
Wasn't backing off; it was stepping into 5 H.
I just feel like the initial, but here we are anyway.
GuyFighter can't even get in the same zip code as Grief. Gee. Dominant round. A little too small on the draw there, so. Oh, I like the idea of trying to jump away from the charge. Oof. Oof. Oof, oof. Oof, ow, my bones.
I just love the timing of that. It's like, that was very much I've done this so many times already to Kunoichi Hellline.
Couple quick swings of the hammer. And we keep saying hammer, but it's looking like a broom at this point. 6-0 for Grief.
Oh man, yeah, like the range that Crusader is allowed to operate it. I'm not sure GuyFighter feels really comfortable operating in it because when I see it like any hesitation, just kind of going in and taking the chance. Like I'm really thinking about what you said earlier about the taking the reads, and when they're right, they're not so bad, but when you're wrong, you're just running into Crusader's primary range.
With that being said, hold on a second. GuyFighter's, making a change here. Trying to play a range with the kunai and the fire blast. Got tagged up with a spear, but, got a good amount of mileage out of that. DP sees that he can't really chase in just yet. Let the fire seal do the work. And back to the range game. This is looking pretty good.
Yep. Definitely a big change. Forcing Grief to use that DP to get out. But GuyFighter is making another change, is not running back in after that situation, which we've seen a lot before. But throwing projectiles versus a loaded Crusader is not the look you want to be going for.
Especially with the walls closing in on the backside too, in fact. And that's going to be one more for Grief.
You're starting to see Grief making more preemptive choices to try to get around the kunai, but again, scoring the hit, it makes it all worth it.
Especially since it's not like Kunoichi gets anything from the kunai by themselves. They're really for controlling spaces and trying to dissuade people from taking preemptive actions against her. But this, on the other hand, when GuyFighter finally gets in, things start looking pretty good. I say that, but then the twin pistons of 2A start pumping again.
Got to reset off the wall, and then we got another wall into the Awakening Super.
Those were dominoes. I don't know what you're talking about. With all the bad references I have to make. You ever hear of, or do you remember Domino Rally? Oh, it's the little toys from like early 90s, mid 90s, where they were like plastic dominoes, but they were set on the track. So you didn't really have to do anything as a kid. and you still got the effect of playing with dominoes. That's what it's looking like right now. Just the walls are lining up for Grief whenever he wants them. Case in point.
Yep, Kunoichi already near half-life, trying to find a way in. And all there is resistance. It's the hammer, the orb, and if you try to slow it down, the wall's gonna pop up. So it's like a combination of like forcing you to try to go in, but you gotta stay active to a degree to not fall completely in his face.
What you just told me, that sounds like a horror flick, man. GuyFighter trying to find a way out of this alive, and it's gonna be in a coffin. Grief again.
Yeah, those aren't walls, those are gravestones.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, good conversion from Grief.
Constantly seeing Grief trying to step out of range. And that's something that, you know, we've kind of alluded to, but haven't really talked about is the fact that, especially with the way things are going lately with GuyFighter trying to switch to a more up close and aggressive approach, whenever Grief finds the time, instead of trying to just fight back from range, especially if the situation's kind of questionable, is opting to step back into the 5B, 5H range and make this night miserable for GuyFighter.
Look at outside of the one round, it's been, like you said, it's been a Grief show, and it's not like GuyFighter hasn't put any resistance up. It's just trying to match that damage and just trying not to get hit once. It's a really tall order.
Yeah. I mean, tall is a very good adjective for the fact that the tall man was able to find a cross up. I would dare say a defensive cross up to start things off. But there's a good look with the 2B. Nice night. Try to get a little momentum, but again, defensive cross up, leaving GuyFighter in the corner, guessing for the round. There's some armor, there's a lamp in the air, there's a hammer, nailing down another nail in the plank.
Just got it right at the start. Didn't get the big combo that they probably wanted, but
you know Grief related to John Henry, right? Sledge drive. Here it goes again. Wait for her to hit the ground. Oof! It didn't even want that one. Hold on. Oh, wait. That is the one thing that's obnoxious about Crusader is the fact that he can't change his normals.
yeah.
So it's like Grief didn't want that. No, actually, Grief couldn't do anything else with that. That's something that's gonna take me a second to like really get attuned to. But Grief, well aware of that. 9 games straight.
Taking his time at this point. Not worried about these kunai, not letting his patience run out. Tried to attack the teleport. GuyFighter had a little surprise, but luckily Grief was ready.
Right. Again, not really concerned about the pressure at all. Hammered out with a 2A, coming with a 5C a little bit later. Oh, and yet GuyFighter saw the cross-up coming this time. He tried to anti-air it with a DP, slightly out of range though, and inches and miles mean so much in this matchup. Grief on match point.
That can be on get a second 10 of the night. That nice, real deep DP right there.
Oh boy, with the big flex. Ooh, nope.
No fake pressure over here, buddy. Hey, gets the DP. Manages to keep Grief contained. This is exactly where you want Crusader.
Doesn't know what to do. Takes a late jump, and it was a jump that was after the fire vortex, so Grief had enough time to see this DP is going to be probably the... Oh, wait a second.
I ran out of juice. And there it is again.
Second chance with a conversion.
Nice. God's playing.
God's playing.
Oh, good stuff for Grief. And again, it's like the zombie match. We have got a big discrepancy with the players, but it wasn't as big because GuyFighter had combos, pressure conversions, but Reef was ready to call out anything that wasn't real, and then saw the run-up strategy that GuyFighter was hanging out there, and then initially we had to throw it, and when GuyFighter started mixing in DPs and other stuff, we started seeing the cross-up. So we saw Grief like changing very subtly to match GuyFighter's decisions, and managed to keep him at bay the whole time.
And there was times, like you're saying, that GuyFighter was really getting something on the table, especially the bit in like game 6, game 7, somewhere in the middle, where he started trying to play the range game. It's just getting the two game plans to line up, like playing from range and just whittling Grief down and making him sit in a really opportune spot, and then finding that time to get a clean entry, get a solid conversion, and get the party started. That's everything that GuyFighter needed. Couldn't get it to line up at all, so really unfortunate. But like we're saying, the numbers don't really do justice to what happened, not complete justice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But ultimately, Grief, had the higher damage confers, had the consistent punishes, like deliberately like hitting stuff that was, whiffing and blocked stuff. But we appreciate y'all. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back with our third set.
Hey, welcome back. We are here with more action. Zonebreakers Fight Night. Got a third match on the card lined up and ready for you. Had to switch systems a little bit because, yeah, we got some duality going on over here. Switched over to the PlayStation so we can have Nega Man versus the TO of Zonebreakers himself, Sanaito. First and foremost, Nega Man is a pretty strong contender around these parts in DNF Duel. Came over to Breakfest and was able to snatch up second place. Along with getting second place, and this is a little bit of the plug here, as you see on the screen, was able to win the raffle for the snack box micro provided by Junk Food Arcade. So came out pretty good with his Ghostblade.
Well, maybe he might bring back that old Georgia-Alabama rivalry.
And bring him back and might run away with it because again, he's going to be squaring off against Sanaito, the TO of Zonebreakers himself. Decided he didn't want to hang with us, wanted to get on the other side of the table and get his hands dirty, see if he can have a little more success than he had at Breakfest. He actually had some pretty good success. I'm kind of selling him short like I usually do because we like to jab at Sanaito, but was literally one hit away from altering the future, but just was a little short with his Dragon Knight. Have to see if he can line things up and see if both of them can at least give us one game on both sides of the card.
Well, we'll have to see. So Dragon Knight, we're gonna be seeing for a second time, and Ghostblade, we're gonna be seeing for the first time.
The Ghost Face Killer. Woo Tay, woo Tay. It's too much.
Never.
Yeah, you're right. And I kind of get the impression with what I've seen of Dragon Knight and what I've seen of Nega Man Ghostblade. Like, I haven't seen too much Ghostblade specifically, but just what I saw of him doing last Saturday, this might be obnoxious for Sanaito, because where we saw Zombie earlier, liking to hang like at jump height and threaten with the air dash, threaten with the projectile, that's a spot that Ghostblade can hit very well. So I have to keep an eye out for that throughout the set. That spot right there.
Yeah, sweeping that screen where, like you said, that's where Dragon Knight likes to be annoying, and is already rocking those Ghostblade conversions.
Already under half life. Combo still rocking and rolling. Was looking for I couldn't tell you if that was instant overhead or fuzzing. I was just talking about the difference between those, but doesn't matter. Sanaito was able to get away, gets the delayed air dash in, and finally gets the party started. Hey, it's a guard cancer.
Already looking different.
Oh, it was a little too early on the throw that would have closed it out. That's a mistake that Sanaito will gladly take. Trying to step into Nega Man's face. Waited a year and a half before letting the frame trap rip. Gets the hit, gets the confirm, gets the awakening, and gets the first round.
The turnaround from Sanaito.
Yo, this is looking like it's gonna be a tight battle for real. Oof.
Yep, there's this checking that landing from Dragon Knight. Ooh, that pit's a little too high up.
I think that was a roll. Yeah, that's a roll. Looks kind of, you know, every time somebody says roll, you think of like a little roll animation, but as the years have passed, like, characters have stopped rolling for the most part.
We got slides, depths, all kind of things.
We got Sanaito trying to keep Nega Man locked in the corner, but the denial wasn't trying to get zoned today.
His Dragon Knight in the dragon.
Both of them playing an exhaust though, so they're gonna be really stressed to get a special out when they need it. Nega Man getting the advantage, zipping out of the corner and clipping the toes. 1-1.
He's gonna take this first game. Fade away.
Sanaito using a lot of meter early, but Nega Man tripping over the dragon, so stuck in the corner for now. Doesn't get the conversion, but this one looks good. On the front side, making sure to continue to push, shoving Sanaito over into the corner, was ready for the roll, but didn't have the space to get the jump. Ooh, that's a good one, though.
Indeed. All right, got a nice little conversion for the corner. See what Sanaito can do after this.
Has all the meter to work with, so DP is on the table, but was expecting a throw. You reach, I teach. That's going to be Nega Man. Yo, I knew I had to wait a second. I knew I had to wait a second.
Sanaito was given a big chance. Oh, smart idea, but unfortunately the timing was not quite there.
Right. A little too late on the roll, or you can just say that Ghostblade's a little too fast with the slash. Either way, after a back and forth 1-1 first game, Nega Man gets the third round and gets the first strike.
Definitely think this is the end of the the Teto.
No, hold on. Not like this.
Oh no, not the mystery games.
Oh man, you'll get the Marvel cards out.
Oh man. At least some games still give you the health bars.
Yeah. Looking over, it sounds like Nega Man got disconnected. Frozen and disconnected. Deadly combination. Is there a character that freezes in this game? There isn't one yet.
Yeah, she meant like Lost Warrior freezing time.
Yeah. You know, in my notes, I don't have Lost Warrior because I haven't sat through story mode yet.
Ah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a quick second to get everything cleaned up and in a working order again.
So yeah, give us a second, folks, and we'll get back to you.
And we are back. Told you not to go too far. Just had a little hiccup here. Have to blame PlayStation or Arxis, whoever you like to blame in this one. But jumping right back into the third match for the night, Mega Man taking the first game after a close battle against Sanaito. Let's see if we can get into the second.
It's definitely anybody's game there. So,
oh yeah,
we might have a bit of a longer set than our first two outings.
Oh man. Even if it somehow goes 10 games, like a 10-0 sweep, I'm pretty sure it's going to be longer because there's going to be a lot more 2-1s. I mean, we've already tied the 2-1 record from both the games so far. Let's see if we can surpass it as we get into the second one.
All right. Mid-range poking.
Ooh, good roll. And that was after a patient play, letting Mega Man waste all the meters. So Sanaito in a pretty good slot, stopping whatever button that Mega Man was thinking about pressing right there. Ooh, really?
Right there.
Might have left that laying on the floor. Oh, but a little bit of a miscue from Sanaito. Was looking for the 2A there, but Dragon Knight a little too short to have the reach there. So this is control. Looking pretty good for Mega Man, but there's a throw, back throw. We out. Still getting shipped, using the meter. Still have a lot of meter to work with, especially when the ghost is coming back on the block.
Gotta go on that defensive play, using those fireballs and big swings to discourage Mega Man. He manages to steal that round.
And it was really scary too, because again, those are the places that Ghostblade can hit, but it's just Mega Man wasn't looking for. He's trying to find some more power, and Sanaito is rocking and rolling with the momentum. Finds the jump in, but didn't really want to commit to it at that point. But already has almost half health away from Mega Man here in the second round. Yeah, can't be up there too often. Mega Man able to pull Sanaito out of the skies. All three.
Just a DP.
Trying to take a page out of GuyFighter's playbook, rolling a little too preemptively for Mega Man's taste. Gets a solid punish. Really?
Drop combo to the block DP. It's a no punish.
Second chance of life for Sanaito here. Trying to come in. Stuffs? And with the Awakening Super, is going to be able to get the round.
Alright, so game 2 going to Sanaito.
Real match, real match, real match. Literally the most competitive DNF duel we have seen in Zonebreakers Online. Here we are.
Yep.
Big counter hit. Coming from, I believe that's 5B. I want to say that's the range for that. It might be the 5H. The roll. Something that Mega Man is starting to pick up on, I believe, is the fact that Sanaito's very active with the defenses.
Yep, catches some swinging right there. So Sanaito's down on the ropes.
All right, but gets a little momentum started. Can't dash all the way in there. Was able to pump the brakes, not that time though.
Not enough to seal the deal, but we chopped them toes.
Mega Man taking the first one of game 3. Oof, whiff punish. I don't know if that was the entire intent of Mega Man or just checking Sanaito over there, but that Half-Life doesn't care how it comes. It's glad to be here.
They got some grab action going on.
Do it again. Oh!
Wait for the DP for the third time. It got thrown.
Right. And I mean, it's not a bad thing to look for at that point because Sanaito has shown the DP, but if you go back and check the first 2 games so far, like the first thing that Sanaito's been going to, or like one of the early defenses, has been a throw tech. So might be something for Mega Man to keep on his mind as he's able to jump and take the third game up 2-1 against Sanaito. step up in a quick chop down the tree. Gets to the backside to start things off.
Remember that guard button.
Too many buttons, man. Too many buttons.
It is true. It is true. Oh no, that's not the conversion that Sanaito wanted. But again, Mega Man's not ready for the DP punish.
Overall, Sanaito's taking the lead with this, trying to chase, but giving a little too much room. Like, there's been a few times where Sanaito's been looking for the air dash, but is given too much room. And so Mega Man is like either seeing, or just does this instinctively, like backing out of the pressure at those points. Has nowhere to run in the corner though, so Naito's going to be able to come down with the Helm Splitter, take the first one of game 4.
Big opportunity for Mega Man.
I mean, I'm not even mad at the DP. Saw something in the air, but it was going the other way.
Drop the corner conversion, and that's something we've been seeing a lot of Mega Man, and even when he gets the hits, he's been not seeing his corner conversions through to the end.
Right. Paying a lot of respects with both of these two, trying to work well out of the range of Sanaito with a big donk. Missed the dash there, but still okay.
Alright, comes out with a safe jump.
Yeah, there's nowhere for Mega Man to run at that point. A little too eager is Sanaito again with another big bomb from the skies, able to get another equalizer. 2-2.
We're neck and neck.
Actually got a race out here.
Oh man.
Game 5, here we go.
Ooh, bold dash up from Sanaito, but it pays off. We got the momentum, we got the hits, we got the corner push already.
Go. Wearing down on the guard bar, but doesn't get the break. Mega Man able to hold on to just a sliver of guard meter, gets out of the corner, gets the big conversion. Pretty much the equalizer at that.
Catches the rollout. We at it again.
Wearing away at the ankles. Sanaito stepped the big swing, stabbing.
I will say that Mega Man's did a pretty actually okay job at stopping the dragon from starting the pressure,
Right?
giving Sanaito a way in.
Case in point, having to use a little bit of MP to stop that one right there. So low on it is Mega Man, but has enough to make something happen if Sanaito really wants to push the issue. Case in point, step in, throw, and there was no tech from Sanaito. Mega Man getting the first round in game 5. Fade away to start things off. Block the DP. Didn't need Sanaito to get on the ground to get a decent conversion, but wasn't the best of one and wasn't ready for the wake-up buttons.
Really on guard against Sanaito's run-up pressure with a lot of those fadeaways.
Right? Sanaito knocking on the door, finally kicking it in. Empty low.
Yeah, you got something out.
Should have been enough if there's a drop. There's a chance for Mega Man to try to get back into this one. Looking for a DP there, but Sanaito just pressing the buttons to try to get a little bit of momentum. Catching Mega Man, trying to flee, and gets the equalizer. 1 round apiece. Who's getting game 5? Big swing to start us off. And Sanaito catching a button as Mega Man was expecting him to be on the ground there, trying to reposition, trying to run away. Eventually gets a hit.
Back into the corner, got a DP. Sanaito looking pretty good right now.
Until he got caught taking the walk of shame, but the dragon bails him out.
That's why we got friends out here.
Good friends in the time of need, right?
Mm-hmm.
If nobody got my back, my dragon got my back. And Sanaito getting game 5 up 3-2, and something that's really been working well lately is just taking the gambles on the defense. Like, again, like being blunt, Sanaito's not one to be really prone to blocking, but just mixing up the ideas of just looking for a button, looking for a DP, trying to tech a throw, has really been throwing Nega Man off of his momentum a little bit lately. And so has been able to get Sanaito out of situations and allow him to get his offense started. This round not looking so well, especially trying to run all the way in there, but maybe Sanaito can make this one fall back into place.
All right, gets the grab. Tries to roll out. Got clipped, but didn't go anywhere with it.
Got another hit though. Yeah, big guard cancel. Ooh, was trying to dash through that. That got shut down. Mega Man's gonna have to block for a bit. Gets out of the corner though. And gets away from the big swing. Yo, just dump all the meter. Flash sale on MP. Don't want none of this. Get rid of it.
Yeah, so Sanaito is definitely prone to do that full screen swing once Nega Man gives enough room, and so I guess he's starting to catch on and starting to like go to that space and throw out preemptive stuff.
Moderate success on both sides, I would say.
Yeah.
Cross up. Hopped across the river with that one. Caught the roll. Should be the end, but I remember what happened the last time I said it. Wasn't exactly there, but after shoving Sanaito into the deck, Nega Man, the calm and casual jump in, stays neck and neck in this race to 10. Both sides with 3. Who's going to take the next step? No, not up there. Not up there.
There it is again. Got the dragon to cover, but Nega Man was ready.
And making sure to check the roll in. Not a little too eager for Nega Man's taste. Oh,
that's a throw tech. Reached out to hug air. And here we are.
Good enough? No, not just yet. Tech 5A. Something that a lot of people are going to have to get used to in this game is, something that's not really harped on about is, yes, this is another weapons game, so got a lot of range.
I read actually earlier that the defender is +1 on the throw tech, so that'd be interesting for some characters.
Right. Actually give you a reward for sitting there and breaking out of the grabs. Oof. That's a crawl.
Version for Nega Man.
About half bar. We take those. Trying to clear the set, but found in the corner, trying to hold up back or up forward. There was no down back involved. Empty jump mid? Question mark? Wasn't good enough though. And Nega Man's been doing either mistiming the jump ins or been trying to fake a lot, but there's been no DPs as of late. And so Sanaito was able to stand up, find an opening, and find the second round. 1-1, trying to see who gets the 7th game. No, stop.
Tries to force the issue, but Dragon ain't having it.
Trying to swat a gnat out of this guy, but no help from the Dragon here is twin blades of Ghostblade, and that's what Nega Man's been looking for. But does he cash out on it just yet?
Ooh, that roll finally pays off for Sanaito, gets a big punish.
Put a drop at the end. Nega Man able to get the 2-way from the scramble. The setup as well, catches Sanaito pressing a button, solid punish on the backside. And with a couple of conversions, Nega Man up 4-3. Is he going to be able to break the trend and get 2 games up on Sanaito?
Yeah, so far they've been keeping each other pretty well in check.
I was looking for the roll to start things off again, and Nega Man had the same idea that Sanaito hadn't waited for it. Just a sweep at the end, but still on top of the scramble. Goes to the backside this time.
A lot of success from Mega Man's in with the quote unquote American resets there.
USA, USA.
All right.
Oh, too much block stun there.
All right. Yeah, that's why we have friends.
Still out there working hard for the Dragon Knight. Empty jump low. The second hit finds the mark. Mega Man using 100 meter to get some space with the guard cancel. Trying to poke again. Still has one more to go with. But got caught in Sanaito's face with no meter. Sanaito with a pixel, with the prayer, with an awakening is going to be able to get this.
Yeah, Mega Man, I think is yet to really catch on that running in between that dragon and Dragon Knight is not a good idea because that cover is loaded behind the initial move.
This is going to be big. Could have been a lot more, I believe, but still, the idea was there. Oof.
Big hit. That should be the end.
Brutal hit. Again, that's just the equalizer. Mega Man going to be able to take that big step, chopping Sanaito out of the skies, but little too far. Sanaito checking the dash. Finding a big counter there. I think that was a 5B starter. Wasn't a fat combo or anything, but again, just maintaining momentum at this point. Big rip to get some space. Stepping in with a 2M this time. Aye. Here comes Negum.
All right. Catches the throw tech. This will be big. You gonna get the first 2 games spread?
Trying to work on it. Just needs one more solid hit. Gnawing away at Sanaito in the corner, building up the white life as well. It's kind of scary. Is able to block in time. Denies the dragon. Still don't. Oh!
That was really clever from Sanaito. Saw Mega Man being on the edge about the dragon and just had to move loaded up and ready to go.
Man, if nobody got my back, Dragon Knight got my back. Sanaito keeping even with Mega Man, 4-4.
That counter hit 2B started. What we gonna get? Instead of some of those empty jumps you've been mentioning and then giving Sanaito a chance to get a backdoor in the corner.
Right.
Doesn't get much from it, but
yeah, I kind of wonder if it's like a miscue on the timing, or if the intent is really trying to like bait DPs, but it's had very low success. It's had some success, but it's had very low success. And even the one time that I think about it, it wasn't like there was a huge conversion afterwards. So I feel like it's been more trouble than it's worth for Mega Man as of late. Even with that being said, still able to take the first round of game 9 in a pretty dominant fashion.
All right, we got a punish off the dash there.
On the front side. Big chops.
All right, coming in from the top rope. Oh, Sanaito makes the roll. And there's a big opportunity.
Kind of an important miscue right there. Left a lot of damage on the table and gave Mega Man the key to get out of the corner. Who gladly will take any entrance that he's allowed to. Get the punish on them. And didn't want to end it in the corner. Had enough time to roll to the front side and slam Sanaito into the pavement. 5-4 Mega Man. I'm pretty sure this is what we were looking for when we were talking about exhibitions, right?
Typically.
We're going to game 10.
right, the Ghost and Ghostblade coming down to cover him like usual. Oh,
Woo!
good hit from Sanaito.
I kind of questioned if that was actually a reaction or just a convenient timing, but it looks so clean.
It did.
Tech, and again, like just programmed into Mega Man's hand. Tech 5A. This was going to be a clean throw. Waited for the DP. Just knew that Sanaito was going to crack, crumpled, and crushed.
I mean, Sanaito's spread just sitting there waiting, covers everything, the throw tech, the roll, and the DP.
Right.
This doesn't like cover like delay buttons and stuff, but that's typically not what Sanaito goes for.
Not typically, but one thing that has happened a couple times, which I kind of think is why Mega Man is stepping in that range or staying in that range. Ooh, hold on, instant overhead. Is the fact that when there's buttons, it's usually 2A. But like case in point, but Dragon Knight's 2A is she just sticks out her stubby little leg there. So in the range that Mega Man likes to stand, covers that too, if that's on Sanaito's mind. Draw, partner.
All right, starting to break away. Sanaito's gonna have to do a little more work. We changed the characters from Dragon Knight.
Really?
I see select character and continue.
Kind of wondering where this was gonna go.
I know Sanaito's mentioned that Dragon Knight is a little more difficult than he's comfortable with, and he wants simpler characters to be able to play. So I'm guessing this might be some extension of that.
Are we frozen? Hold on. Okay, that was scary. Oh, we don't get to see anything. Was this just the wait a second? Let me cool my jets. Possibly change the stage.
Yeah, might be. Maybe he had to change the song too.
That's true. Get your favorite background rock theme going.
I man said he wanted to see the water.
No, he really wanted to see the mermaids.
And he want to change his outfit too, man. He went to the wardrobe.
Oh my god, waifu fighter. Okay.
All right, well maybe that Easter White is giving him some motivation. Mega Man still in control though.
And then too close for Sanaito's liking, so Wake Up 2A finds the mark this time. I doesn't get to do anything from it though, but it's the important space. Get off my friend.
Yep, good whiff punish.
Ooh, you were saying good whiff punish. I mean, technically speaking, we could say it again, although that was just shutting down the approach of the dragon. And I think the idea was on Mega Man's mind, but was a little too close to the guard cancel. Sanaito still doesn't have any meter to work with. It's just coming back. Dashing in. And I think there was just a little too much eagerness on Sanaito's part to try to fight back. Got clipped. That's Mega Man taking the first. Down. Still keeping good control of the skies there. Yo, the long range tick throw.
Definitely had a decent amount of success with his tick grabs.
Yeah, had a good amount of success for everything, enough success to get a perfect. And yeah, that switch just really seemed like it fired up Mega Man, if anything.
Maybe he's a man of the sea.
Maybe he wanted to see the mermaids.
Right.
The dragon back there too. Black dragon. Catches the counter hit. Naito kind of wondered what was going to happen at that range. Because again, it wasn't going to be a 2A, so. Tech 5A. Seen the story before. Yo, Mega Man possibly, I was thinking there's an opportunity to get 2 straight perfects, but this is as close as he's going to get.
Yeah, I think the big shift here is that Mega Man is really keyed in on how Sanaito defends himself.
Right? Let's find good opportunities, like just good looks in the air as well. Just I say in the air, really it's just at range because it's been making good with the air slash. I don't know the names of moves and notations or anything, but like the air slash, the big like projectile blast. You know, both the range moves and constantly finding Sanaito in the spaces where he wants to try to start his offense or at least get a good poke in. A little too early there, so the chance for Sanaito was looking for a DP and instead finds. Actually, I think that is Ghostblade's DP because he does have a teleport somewhere. That one is Dragon Knight's DP though. Mega Man knows it and knows to block it. So this is 4 straight. You know, I asked about it, but the game told me. Got that information up there. Appreciate it.
8-4, so it's like Sanaito's gonna have to kind of do some discovery of his own if he wants to try to close that gap again.
Will the TO of Zonebreakers be able to get himself calm, collected, and composed and get back into this? Or is NCA, I forget what NCA stands for. I'm mad now. Or will the TO of NCA be able to take this one home for Bama? Do I have a second to look with?
New challenges approaching.
Thank you. That's like, you're going to tell me I'm going to be mad because if it was any other moment, I could have thought of it, but I didn't have it on the tip of my tongue. Mega Man even got it for me. Yo, what you doing? Listen to the stream. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Some advertising.
Oh, no.
Well, there ain't no better advertising for Alabama to come over here and just beat up on people.
Yeah, doing it online, doing it offline. I mean, while we're throwing this for a second, where is this? As we get into the next one.
Right, Sanaito with the back grab. All right, Mega Man manages to slide out of the corner.
Woo! But was waiting a little too long for Sanaito's liking. Step up button 5A, I believe that was to start things off. Fire has lit under Sanaito's backside. Trying to move around as well. Just trying to be a more mobile target. Some success so far. Catches Mega Man in the air. It was a little too high for the conversion there, but I like the idea.
Yep. Things have definitely turned around for Sanaito here. So Mega Man does have an opportunity to fight back.
Get out there and do the move.
Yeah, he did the move all right.
And one too many of them, but still having a chance to fight, especially since Mega Man is stuck out there on an island without any MP. So no really. Oh. Double drops, triple drops. This is looking sloppy. Hold on. Gotta clean this up. Yo! Now that's a move right there. At the fancy footwork to dance around the guard cancel. Sanaito is back.
Yeah, he back to getting thrown into the corner.
A little too eager to try to get out of there. Landed directly at Mega Man's feet. He starts this off with a big 2A. No more MP to work with. Oh, it's just back online. Tech 2A this time. I had to think about it. There wasn't a knockdown, so I can at least know that wasn't a 2B. 2B, 2A, no matter which way we say, Mega Man getting the second round, trying to get this game and move one step closer to taking this whole set.
Mega Man keeps swinging at that dragon. It keeps getting whipped with the same move.
Yeah? I mean, it could be worse. It could be a full conversion for half his life, yeah?
That is true. All right, there's the DP. Gets Sanaito out of the corner.
And so, like, with that being said, since we see it happen again, something to think about. Since it's not a big conversion, another way to look at it is, sure, Mega Man's getting hit, but Sanaito was using MP for it. And if it's an inopportune situation, could find himself on his back without a DP to work with.
That is true. Because that is a pretty costly move that I've been
Right.
observing anyway.
Right. Even though that wasn't the exact situation that happened, it was one that still worked out well enough in Nega Man's favor. Takes the game and is one game away from taking the set. At one point, these two were neck and neck at 4-4. Then Nega Man threw 5 of them up on the board in quick succession.
He gonna get 6?
6, 6, 6, 6. He just might. Sanaito over here timer scamming.
Yeah, I forgot which color he needs to run it back.
Oh man,
This is his last chance.
gonna have to creep in with the dark of black. Might need the bravado and the fire of a bright red. I need to calm and cool himself with a nice, easy blue, sea blue, sky blue.
Guess we're about to see in a second. Hopefully.
Mm.
Now I'm questioning for Frozen.
Yeah,
there's another screen to let us know.
yeah. Like the timer ran out, but what happened?
I see something blinking.
I think there's somebody trying to press the buttons to see if anything happened. Disconnect. Oh no! All right, Arxis, appreciate you.
All right, well, hopefully we can get in there for the next match.
I guess we're gonna sit here for a second. It sounds like the deal.
Sounds like it.
All right. So while we got a second, I had to look this up because this is on my mind. We made the quick jab of advertising for new challenger approaching. They got an event coming up. I don't care if we ain't supposed to talk about this. There's no agreement. You know, Nega Man here, so go throw a little help to him. On July 30th, new challenger approaching cross Eplex Magic City. I don't know exactly what this is, but it is Get Baited Volume 2. Assuming it's one of the big events that's going down in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama specifically. For a little bit of the tie-in, this is another junk food arcade event or something that they have their hand in. So, helping out the homies where they will be. Big reason that I will bring this up though is if you're trying to get some more offline DNF, it's going down in Bama. So if you're in earshot of this, get up with Nega Man, get some information, get yourself registered, and get over it and get some games. Like this game is gonna be hot for a while.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get everybody back in here. I see Sanaito. Hopefully we don't have the ships passing in the night. So, okay, there we go. Trying to be reminiscent of the Grand Blue days where you get like both of us, and one of the players in the lobby, but the other one can't connect till somebody leaves.
Oh man, the Discord stream is definitely coming handy for stuff like that.
Oh
Even
yeah.
though we're still having a rough time.
Well, there's one timeline where we only need one more match. There's another timeline that we have to sit here for 6 more. See which way that it could go. Are we good? I mean, they're both sitting at the cabs. Do we need to reset the cabs? Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, so potentially the last match, but Sanaito has a road open if he wants to go through, make the big comeback.
6 need 6. And the real daunting thing about it is not just needing 6, but it's needing 6 while Nega Man is currently on a 5-game streak looking for a 6-game streak to close it out. Here we go.
Oh, that's not a good way to start out for Sanaito for making that 6-game comeback.
Very brave start and stepped up trying to press buttons off his back as well. Already took 2 quick conversions and a throw as well. In Awakening, it's not even going to get a chance to use it. Off of the restart, quick perfect for Nega Man. 1 round away from taking the whole set.
Yeah, Nega Man very conscious of that space now.
All right. We're slapping the dragon, but was well out of the swipe range, but still falling into the arms of Sanaito. So a little bit of a good start. Rebeating to get a counter hit. The Nega Man with a guard cancel. Guard canceling, catching the jump as well. Baits the DP. Tags the toes with the long range 2A as well. Just needs 1 more solid conversion. That's not it. This, on the other hand, will be.
This must have been for Get Baited Volume 2 promotion.
Get baited!
So Nega Man hits that magic number, and it's a 10-4 for Nega Man versus Sanaito. Definitely very fiercely competitive at the start. But after a while, Nega Man started to pull away with it after we saw like more cautiousness of the range that Dragon Knight has, and being more wary of Sanaito's defensive habits, and things shifted pretty heavily in his favor.
And even though we talked about those 2 things throughout the entire set, another thing that we have to put some light on, which is really the consistent thing that allowed Nega Man to just get so many conversions, just finding where Sanaito wants to be in neutral. Again, like, not to toot my own horn, but was constantly looking for the diagonal slashes against Dragon Knight's air fireball, and just had the long projectile when Sanaito was sometimes thinking of the range slash. And when Nega Man was constantly able to beat Sanaito to the punch, get in and get a solid conversion, that just got the snowball rolling throughout the set.
Good stuff from both players. And we got our main event coming up. R.O.B versus Trepound. So we're going to give you a 5-minute break. So stick with us, and then we'll have our last set of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for the Zonebreakers Fight Night main event. I haven't watched UFC in forever, so I didn't line that up. But yeah, it's time for the main event. We have the champion of DNF in the Zonebreakers domain, Trepound, going against a challenger that, to my knowledge, has not been to Zonebreakers anything yet, but a very strong challenger indeed in Uri.
Yep, a fight card got listed as Kunoichi versus a striker who we've yet to see.
It's going to be a really fierce match to close us out tonight. I will say that if push comes to shove, this might be the time where we see some switches. Not gonna say from who, not gonna say to what, try to leave the mystery out there for the people, but this should be a good one to close us out. And okay, that was a character that I expected to see, not who I expected to see it from.
So yeah, let's start out with Launcher. That's gonna be interesting, especially versus Strike.
Right? Launcher, one of the few characters in the game that, even though there's so many guns, she actually launched his own people.
That's what we're seeing right now, dropping that grenade, using it as cover, but Trepound gets around it immediately, and we are already at the races.
And that's something that Uri's going to have to pay a lot of mind to, is Trepound's rolls. That's something you would expect out of a striker in this scenario, as she's a close range fighter, doesn't have anything to do with long range. But Trepound at Breakfest was making so good with the roll. Trying to work in again, Uri shutting the door time and time again, stepping up and taking a throw, uses the DP afterwards to make sure to get some more space, tack on a little more damage.
Kills all that white life, and gives Trepound less conversion ability to work with.
Trepound trying to use the conversion, get some magic, started jumping in, but the dive kick getting denied with the anti-air. Uri coming off with a strong start. Sun's out, guns out. I guess moon's out, guns out more specifically. Starts off with 5 AA. Range on it.
We just going to work. We got aggressive zoning too. Just using that movement in conjunction with all that control. Uri is looking really good right now.
All right. Able to pin Trey in the corner. 5 AA to deny the roll. Could be a perfect full conversion. And resetting the air. Trey gets out with a dive kick, but can't get too far. Thrown to the deck, and Uri with a dominant first game.
Yeah, Trepound was really aggressive with those rolls, but I imagine if you play Launcher, you're probably very familiar with that tactic.
Right? On the grenade out there. It's Launcher sweep for the record. Believe it or not. Here's Trepound. A little bit of life, but this is the first time that Trey's got a conversion. Didn't have any information on how Uri likes to defend themselves. So the rollout was there, but that's a lot of white life.
Use that MP skill to take it out. Yep, that's what he's doing. Trepound looking pretty good. Right, Uri just slides on out of the corner, or rolls more accurately. And here we go, he's back at it again.
But a big roll around 236M. Big fireball. One of the big key components of Launcher zoning. And that was the first round for Trepound, but the second round, starting off quite similar to what we've seen. And Uri just is seeing enough, like you said, just knows Trey is going to roll in at some point in time, waiting for the roll. But Trey is in again. Ooh, look for the 1 inch, nothing there.
Yep, back at it again, and there's that dive kick. Striker is just like an inevitability that she's gonna get in. She just don't know how.
Oh, we know how. Come on, they put dive kick on a button. We gotta use it, right? It's the conversion. Was trying to find something big. And this could be catastrophic for Trey. Uri's looking to cash out on this, gets a big conversion all the way to the DP ender with the awakening in the end. Should be enough. Have to say should because I don't know scaling on supers just yet.
No, there it goes.
Literally blown up for one simple mistake. Uri still staying on top.
Trying to space away from that dive kick, but we in the corner as a result of it. But we got the hits, so we can come on out of there.
The thing that's really important about that hit, in my eyes, is the fact that that was Striker making somebody block in the corner, and they didn't have to use any meter to get away from. Start setting up the defensive swift footwork from Uri to get out of the corner. Doesn't want to let Trey get too close, get the big conversion. Don't know if this is going to be enough, but either way, it's going to be really close. Resetting the air dive kick. We're out of it. Back in this. Hey!
What?
The old black and white cowboy shows and everything where they shoot at the feet, dance apart. Blah, blah.
This is a pretty competitive set so far, but Uri's already up on the board too.
Just it's easy to say the zoning because that's where the damage is obviously coming from, and that's Launcher's game. But the positioning, the mobility, and the awareness to just be able to slip away from Trepound time and time again. That's gotta be the annoying thing for Trey, and really the hallmark of Uri's game thus far.
Yeah, just like slipping under those spaces where Trey's trying to land those dive kicks and stuff. It's done a lot. And just like, you know, Uri's gonna get hit eventually, but he's been doing a good job at keeping Trey at bay.
Conversion roll just to try to stay slippery. Trey eventually finds a dive kick, and is this finally going to be enough? Doesn't get the full conversion, so Uri is able to get out, take a throw, 5A from range. Gonna get the awakening from this, but Trey's not an awakening yet, so this is a lot of damage that we're asking out of this super. Not enough. And so if Trey gets in, it's gonna be a really easy conversion, but can't get away from the mortar shots.
I tried to go for the TPs. Still right on over you.
Quick one from Trey, was looking for the roll, but didn't get the jump back far enough. Like, had the idea, had the right call and everything, just didn't have the correct spacing. So Uri is able to wiggle out of the corner one more time and get half life off of Trey, equaling the game at this point. Oh, jeez. Jeez, bro, that's up. Yo, how is she still blocking? She wasn't 5A.
It's a hanging on to a chromo guard gauge.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to point out a little bit earlier. Like, for the fact that this is Striker versus Launcher, there have been, like, I want to say 3 times so far that Trey's almost gotten his guard broken by Uri. It's not what you would expect anybody to say. And this is what I was expecting at some point, Trey to play Launcher, but now we have a Launcher mirror. I think this is just gonna be wild.
I don't know what to expect, so I'm just kind of sitting here.
Catch up start, you know, the fast forward that you have in every game, but 5A, a lot of 5As and 5Hs. Big 5Hs coming out of Uri, the black-haired Launcher. And with the slide at the end, that's going to be enough to get the first round after the change. Like, nothing has really changed so far.
Except the Launcher dies faster.
Yeah?
Good roll, but still kind of back to neutral. Trying to establish his own game Trey there, but Uri still maintained it for the most part, control, and they haven't really let it go.
Switching sides. Very fading back into the corner. No more space to work with. But denies the dash in. Oh, look at the throw there. Suri's out for now. And Trey just falls on the grenade. Nowhere else for Launcher to really go at that point. Big beam.
Use the conversion to get advantage there.
He's waiting for some meter to come back. Miss input there. Kind of imagine that's supposed to be like dash in 236M possibly. It wasn't. Trey didn't want a DP.
Yeah, for sure.
Uri quick on the finger, quick on the trigger. Getting the fourth.
And keeping that grenade out just to discourage Trey zoning.
For the range of that, like half screen 5As. Quick roll up. Didn't get all the hits from the laser. And I will have to say that even in this position, Uri's been making pretty solid uses of conversion so far. He's been using it to follow up the 5H a little bit earlier. A few games ago was using it just to allow movement behind the 2M. So just really in tune with the mechanic and making the most out of it for when Launcher wants to make things happen. With all of my ramblings, able to find another conversion, get one more round, trying to see if get the fifth one straight. Good start. And Uri's been going to the 5A start quite a few times with a lot of success against both Launcher and Striker.
Yeah, I'm curious how much Trey is familiar with like moving around his own character, because it definitely feels like Uri is more comfortable with it.
Right.
But I say that Trepound gets a big hit and a big opportunity to turn things around.
Yeah, but just didn't really have the long range game to, wall Uri out of any good spot. Like, I've had this on my mind since I've seen the Switch, but I feel like Uri is really like more in tune with playing Launcher as she's probably intended. And I almost get the impression that Trey is playing Launcher, but still has Striker tendency. Like, case in point like this. Like, there's so many situations where we see Uri trying to find space and Trey not zoning, not setting up anything, but is trying to move into a closer position and getting blasted for it.
Yeah, like case in point.
Those getting tagged up too. No. Catching on the east or the west, don't matter.
Just having a field day with that grenade.
Whole armory's looking so good for Uri. But Trey trying to fight back, got shut down with the laser. Gets a punish as Uri misses the second one.
That was really clever conversion.
Yeah? It double missile just to make sure. Hey.
Okay, 5 up for Uri. Trepound going back to character select, so I don't know if we're gonna see Striker again, a new stage, or what. Alright. and I think this is fine, because I think the Striker was doing it way better than the Launcher. It just didn't work out in the end.
I totally agree. Like, again, I really feel it's like the mentality of Trey is just Striker and Striker aligned ideas. So switching to Launcher just wasn't really working because he was dealing with Launcher, so he's dealing with the same rank. So from what we just seen in the beginning, I think that's the one thing that Trey really has to hone in on. It's like there's times, even in the beginning, where Trey was able to find Uri in the corner, but Uri's been able to sneak out of corners time and time again. And if Trey is able to keep Uri pinned, like so. Trey can get on the board, but just has to be really adamant about it. Nice dash.
Yep, big hit to start things out. We got the corner already.
Murray with the defense on the double overhead, patiently waits for a time for the target to come up in the range. 5A to get out. Looking for a couple of too many 5As though. Trey able to jump over and keep the momentum going. And that's the second time we've seen it. Looking for the 1-inch punch, and there he's ready. Uri is actually reacting to the roll, which I don't imagine is the hardest thing, but just like after seeing the sequence with the grenade and waiting for Trey to roll around it, just a real sharp reaction. But even with that being said, Trey is able to hold on and finally get a game on the board.
5-1.
Maybe that was the plan with Launcher, just to lull Uri into a false sense of security and let the striker strike.
All right, so there's that Kunoichi. This is what we have on the promo sheet.
Oh, so, yeah. So let's see what she's about. Second Kunoichi of the night. Character still has a range game, nowhere near as prominent as Launchers, but has a lot more mobile. I say that I'm kind of remembering GuyFighter and the idea of not using stuff like fully charged frog, which is just like placed on a character. But Trey don't care about none of that.
There's definitely probably a little more intimidation when you got a character. Well, I guess with Crusader it's the same because it's the wall, but right. You know, Striker has that speed to kind of get in there. But
Kunoichi got that speed too. Trey with a big dive, getting the seal off of him. A little bobble at the end, so very able to get a block, guard cancel as well. Trey responding with a guard cancel of his own. Getting all the meter to charge frog. Vortex that doesn't go full screen, just really more zoning. This is a different form of zoning.
Yeah, Trey started disengaging and gave that frog an opportunity to come out clean.
Jiro. Just a sweep.
That's a hefty price to pay for dropping the combo.
Right, 20-inch. The dive kick though, not in the space that Trey wants, so very able to get up and get a DP, but getting thrown to the deck. Trying to establish the middle ground. Good 5M. Making sure to hold down the block.
Ooh, gets a conversion off the seal explosion, but not quite that deep. But we got our boy out. Ooh, that's an ill-fated guard cancel right there.
I'm sorry, I was just laughing because of what I learned last week at ZBO.
What's that?
Uri with an army of frogs able to take the game away from Trepound. Yes, so you know how they have all the crazy names for groups of animals? A group of frogs is literally called an army or a colony. So today you probably learned, in case you just happen to know that. You might.
Nah, I learned just now.
All right. Well, the colony is being wiped out right now because there's a striker stomping on everything.
Oh, but the frog got you.
The break that Uri needs to try to get back into this Trepound, literally swinging out of the corner. Big striker strings that we know. Uri finally gets the 100 meter and immediately hammers on the guard cancel. Doesn't want to get broken at that one. In the nick of time. Dive kicks. And DP doesn't want to press a button. Can't really get anything going. Uri fading away. Trying to set up the lockdown again. Trey fading over to the other side. No meter for Uri. Just in time with the frog, and it's enough.
Yep, Trey misjudged that space just by a slight bit and cost him.
It's the other aspect of Trey that we were seeing at Breakfest. when he gets some confidence and he sees somebody in the air, or really just not putting traffic in his face, just willing to brazenly dash in, and has been able to find the opening so far. Uri's trying to keep him in check. Big 2H. Finally forcing the puck to break. Kunai's on the ground. Toad for the lockdown. Staggering, trying to push Trey over into the corner.
Guard cancels the fire breath. Trying to get back some neutral. Test the frog and lost.
Big ribbon. We're looking at after the fact. Reset in the air and waited for the seal. Trey a little too eager to try to press out, wanted to try to find the hit and get it off of him, but Uri casually waiting and allowing Trey to quite literally hang himself. Uri up 7-1.
Uri gets some space. Disengage, get the frog out. Now just kind of being a pest towards Trey. Using that tornado, some zoning, and Uri's just looking pretty clean right now.
Kind of a mix, if you will, since you don't know what Kunoichi is summoning while she's going through the forms. So there's the question of, is it going to be like the charged Toad that's going to land on top of you, or the vortex if you're trying to jump over the Toad that Trey's been doing. Eventually forced to wait, coached to wait long enough for Uri to step up, get the throw, and take the round from that. Just set up mix-ups, however you want to frame it. And Trey's looked for the 1-inch punch quite a few times throughout the set. Has not found it at all.
Yeah, unfortunately for Trey. All right, yep, there's a seal. Yeah, I think at this point, I think Trey's bases has kind of whittled down a good bit, and I think Uri is caught on to that.
Right.
That's why we're seeing a lot of heavy disengagement play. Is that part gonna get 100 or are we gonna get guard crushed? How are we gonna do a DP? That's always option C.
Right. So, somehow, some way, Trey left enough of a gap for Uri to get out of there. It's really unfortunate because, yeah, there was no other option other than just take the break at that point, but able to thread the needle with the input. I mean, let's be real, there was a match, but there was nothing else to do at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's the inevitable, so you might as well challenge it.
Sharp again, still not allowing Trey to have the 1-inch. Waits for the seal, gets a conversion from it. Not the full one, but still. The thing about Uri with like any of the few drops that are happening is, since they're happening at a range, Uri's having the sharp reaction to pump the brakes and go back to a running game. So, not really the most costly drops, especially when huge opportunities land in their lap like that. They're pumping the brakes for the seal that time. There you go. Just vibing. Just vibing.
It gets stopped by the lone kunai.
You know, unlike some other ninjas, she has as many as she wants.
Oh man. You're with a really big conversion here. Uh-oh. Here's a big opportunity for Trey, but unfortunately, doesn't see it through.
An opportunity squandered. Uri in the top side. Good double block on the overheads, though. But still not enough, especially after the fact, because Uri is able to get another opening. Trey with the frog, but Uri not really willing to overcommit at all. Again, just trying to get back out and set up one more time. Trey looking for a roll, but can't get in time for the punish. Trying to look for the guard break, and there's only 40 meter over there. But another gap, another DP, another round for Uri. If I was actually paying attention, I would have slid another game on there as well. But hey, no, there's a little slip up here and there. Trey can't make any more.
Yep. It's all or nothing here. All right, so we're disengaging, bringing out the frog. Yeah, you see seeing some hesitation. I say that as Trey gets the dive kick on Uri.
I wonder if that was supposed to be a throw. Either way, it wasn't like an empty jump, wait for a DP. And I don't know if Uri was going to DP anyways or was looking for something specific, but there's been so much success from a Kunoichi DP throughout this set, so why not?
So got the Frog being the MVP here to the point we were in exhaustion.
Trey finds a hit, full conversion. Until the end, but gets a reset. Uri was reaching, looking for a throw tech, and after so many straight rounds and straight games, Trey is back.
Man, it's that pressure building. That guard gauge already low. Catches Uri flinching. Things are looking much better for Trey.
Baits the DP, rolls around it as well, but misses the conversion afterwards. So Uri with a second chance at this point, stepping up. Nice throw around the frog. Fire seal as well, but here is Trey. Solid conversion all the way. A little bit of a scramble, double overhead. Uri's ready for it. Guard cancel, gets some space. Using the conversion after the kunai, try to force the way in. Trey getting some more space. Another conversion for Uri. I actually didn't even see what that was from. With dive kick.
All right, Trey gets another one on the board. 8 more to go.
You know what's really scary about saying 8 more to go?
What's that?
Even though Trey's finally got some winning in sales at this point, let's say that Trey gets like 2 or 3 more games. You know who's on the bench right now, right? She was like, see, you already forgot about it. Oh man, Trey might force this launcher to come back out if he keeps firing like this, trying to get the equalizer and get back into this round. Uri waiting, blocks 3 overheads this time to get the DP for some space. Full conversion from the seal, getting the side swap as well to shove Trey over into the corner. Fire vortex, waiting to see if there was a guard cancel. Trey doesn't want to give up the meter. Frog into a throw. Uri taking the first round of this game. One more of being the champ of this set. 5B starter. Catching Trey a little too eager to get into the fray. And again, Trey, that's something that's actually happened a few times now that we think about it, is like Trey getting the fire seal and immediately jumping after the fact and kind of pun slightly intended, sealing his fate in the moment. This one is a conversion for Uri. Push over into the corner, tick throw from the teleport in. One more hit from Uri to take this set.
We ain't gonna end this on a perfect, are we?
Yes, we are.
Oh man, good stuff for Uri, taking that 10-2. Kunoichi and launcher, and great effort by Trepound. And that was our main event. Good set.
That was a really good display of solid control and solid zoning throughout 2 different characters. One who wanted to zone and just control the pace of the match, wanted to wall characters out, wanted to get huge damage from poke, and the other who was using the zoning primarily to set up situations, set up opportunities, but would gladly take anything that was presented to him. Again, like you said, it was a good effort for Trey, but tonight is Uri's night.
Yep, good job to them, and to everybody else who competed tonight. Thank you for putting on the show. Thank you for all you streamers who joined us. Or stream viewers, excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting a little late. My bad.
Thank the streamer as well. Thank everybody that came to show with us. And even speaking of the streamer, before we go, the streamer himself, Umbi, wanted to have a few closing words. So hang around for a second as Umbi talks the good talk.
All right. Not sure why you put me on the spot like that. especially since I'm having audio issues on my end. But just a quick reminder, we do weekly events, bi-weekly for online, bi-weekly for offline. This week was supposed to be our offline event Breakout, hosted in TeamNet in Morrow, Georgia. However, we decided to dip our toes into a DNF Duel this evening, give the offline crew a little bit of a break, and host this for you. Next week, we go back into our online events, hosting a BB Tag tournament brackets, and then we'll continue to do our offline through the bi-weekly. Now, that being said, I enjoyed hosting this, so I can see us doing this again. We just have to straighten out our schedules in order to do so. So stay tuned to the Zonebreakers social medias. You can find us on Twitter. Stay tuned to see what kind of events we have coming up next. That good enough for you?
That's good enough. And with that being said, again, thanks to everybody who came out and played. Thank you, the viewer, now and in the future, because without y'all, I mean, you still could do this, but nobody would really be able to watch it. Nobody would want to watch it. There'd be no point for us behind the scenes. Thanks for Zonebreakers for hosting this. And that covers everything on my end. Coach, you got anybody you want to talk to?
Nope, I'm all good. Thanks everybody, and make sure to follow and stay tuned with Zonebreakers to see what we got cooking next.